Welcome back, ballroom dance friends. So today is a part 4 of a little mini series we're doing on surprising things you can do as the student to learn ballroom dancing faster. And it's not what you might think. Most dancers do not take advantage of all the tools available to them, including tools that cost you nothing, to retain more of that info you're learning in your dance lessons, okay? And most students go in and think, oh, if I have a great teacher, I'll become a great dancer. And is that part of it? Yes. But if you have a great teacher, it just means you have the potential to become a great dancer. You can pay me, the pro, to teach you, but you cannot pay me to learn for you. You've got to do your part too, okay? How do we do that? Well, once we hardwire what we learn in our brain, then we'll get to see it reliably on that social floor, on the comp floor, on the performance floor. So what you don't want to do is have to micromanage all this technique you've learned every time you hit that dance floor. Oh, I need to get my hip to my partner. I got to keep my head left of my butt. I got to keep my arms up. You're never going to be able to do all of that at once. Okay, guys? So in the Grandmaster Evil plan, you want excellent technique. If you're competing or performing, you want expression on the floor. You want everything to happen on autopilot or muscle memory, like that common term is. We want to use the biology of our brain to remember the fastest. So, number 1, today we're going to talk about the hippocampus. So this is where your long-term memory is stored. And this is kind of the Grandmaster Evil location of all of these little parts that we've been talking about in these videos. This is where ultimately we want it stored so it pops out on autopilot, okay? So firstly, let me show you where that is in the brain. Here's a little diagram I made on my computer, and I'll be right back. So look at where that arrow's pointing. Again, this is the hippocampus. So as you saw, that's right in that hardcore center of your midbrain, okay? So this is where we store events, facts, all these different areas feed into here. And this may be surprising, but there's a number of things you can do outside of your lesson to make this bad boy work better for you. Number 1, eat fish. Number 2, drink coffee. Number 3, consume antioxidants like blueberries. You can look this stuff up online to find exact amounts or food options, okay, guys? I'm just sharing things that have been empirically proven to improve the function of this area of your brain so you remember what you learn faster, okay? Next, stimulate your brain, meaning outside of the dancing, play, for example, crossword puzzles. Download a Sudoku or a word game app on your phone. Practice mindfulness. Get enough sleep. Relax. That amount of sleep and how you relax obviously does vary per person, but you find your zen. Next, switch things up. That might mean while you're practicing, starting at a minimum at opposite sides of the room. So, okay, today we're going to start at the DJ station, and then next time, let's go ahead and start near that mirror wall. Another thing that'll help you in comps and social dancing, you know what? Start your dancing in the middle of the routine. Don't always start from that one spot, because guess what? Floorcraft issues are going to happen, and you're going to have to restart in the middle of the routine. If the first time you've done that is at the comp, you're not going to wire into this hippocampus, okay, friends? Okay, next part of the brain we want to look at is called the amygdala. And I'm going to show you a little diagram. This is right above that hippocampus in the brain. And just look where this little arrow is pointing in this diagram I made so you can see where that thing sits inside of your skull. Here you go. Again, this is the amygdala. Okay, so the amygdala is where we store emotional weight. That's where we attribute emotional weight to what we've learned. So, for example, if you learn through, and this varies per person, if you feel you learn best through positive reinforcement, some people want to be showered with, hey, you did this right, you did this right, you did this right. For Pete's sake, tell your pro. If your preference is a negative feedback, that's personally mine. I know that's statistically less likely, but that's my sweet spot. Just, sounds like, tell me, oh, that was hideous. I learn fastest that way. Either way, there's different ways we can hit this sweet spot to tie in this long-term part of your memory faster by if we attribute emotional weight in the right way for us. I can't tell you how that is for you, but just know that's a real thing in your brain, okay? Likewise, if you hear music you like, tell your pro and have them play that in your lessons. If there's a song that's just like, man, that's irritating, don't practice to it. So that you start to attribute those positive feelings with the dancing. So I'm not talking about the words from your teacher. I'm talking about the actual music. Okay, guys? This might also be surprising to you. Smile when you're practicing. Smile in your lesson when you're just going through your routines. Here's why. Smiling immediately releases basically pleasure hormones in your brain, just biologically. I don't know how it works, but it's a fact, okay, guys? So that's going to help you remember what you're learning or what you're doing on that practice floor faster when you're on that performance floor, social floor, comp floor. And guys, bonus, what you get out of that, when you get on that comp or performance floor, you're not going to have to micromanage your facial expression. Okay? You can actually go out there and actually have a relaxed, natural looking smile. People I have a natural, I've been told, a pretty expressive face on the floor. And in my opinion, it's because someone, a World 10 Dance champion actually advised me very early on in my career, smile when you practice, and it'll be autopilot at the comps. And they were 100% right. As a matter of fact, I even smile in tango, and I'm genuinely feeling joy when I do it. It's not some sort of artificial, like some of you mentioned when you saw the reality show Dancing Queens this past season, how Claudette goes on the floor. I think her name was Claudette, and always has this I don't know, plasticky look on her face. It doesn't suck you in at all. So smile when you practice, friends, okay? Okay, final area of the brain I want to share with you today is the basal ganglia. And so this is where our unconscious memories are stored, including individual sequences of motor activities. Guess what your routine is? A sequence of motor activities. So let me show you where that is. We're going to take a quick peek at the basal ganglia. Okay, friends, here you go. Okay, so this is where massive amounts of repetition really comes hardcore into play. So they say ice skaters require a minimum of about 2,000 repetitions of any given movement to make it happen somewhat reliably in practice, set aside in the competition. So if you just see ice skating in the Olympics, like most of us do, it's a little bit of an illusion. The vast majority of the time going there, kind of progressing to that world elite level, they're falling down in that triple Lutz, okay, friends? So we don't pull out a beautiful double reverse out of our keister for the, 10th time. doesn't happen. Dancing is no different, okay, guys? This is actually why most competitors, and certainly by the time you get to like gold and open, novice, pre-champ, championship level, every professional has choreography and routines. Now, are we able to stick to that every competition? No, we barely get to stick to it in one dance unless it's like Viennese waltz. But if you reliably do that one routine over and over and over, literally thousands of times, just like that Olympic ice skater, that's how we make it look good reliably on that comp floor. And you're no different, okay, guys? We're not like a Mercedes car that just comes out of the factory and we work like clockwork. Our brain is absolutely biologically incredible, but we do need to take advantage of all these things to learn fastest and see the best results on the comp floor as soon as possible. So I hope that has been interesting, and I'm going to do one final video so we can cover another brain part and what we can do outside of that lesson or in addition to the lesson to get the max value for our money and learn as fast as possible. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you in the morning. If you enjoy all things ballroom dance, whether it's like tech stuff, competition stuff, social stuff, what goes on behind the scenes, juicy stories, hey, subscribe to our channel. We are just a big family of ballroom dance friends here from all over the world. And if you hear something that you have extra info to share, please share it below. If you disagree, hey, comment below. I don't delete the comments. Although I'm a very experienced professional competitor and teacher, I am just one person, and I really appreciate and enjoy hearing everyone's experiences, as do all of our channel viewers. So thanks again, and happy dancing, guys. See you in the morning.